The night shift never ends when you're still clocked in. I took the night shift because it was quiet. Less people, less talking, less pretending. From 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., the distribution warehouse belonged to a skeleton crew and the hum of machines that never truly slept. That was fine with me. My job was simple. Monitor cameras, log anomalies, call maintenance if something broke. I was told the building used to be bigger, that some sections were closed off. No one explained why. At 11:43 p.m., camera 12 went offline. That happens sometimes. I noted it. At 11:47, camera 12 came back, pointing somewhere else. The feed showed a hallway that didn't exist. Too narrow, too long, lights evenly spaced, buzzing softly. No doors, just a single figure standing at the far end, facing the camera. I leaned closer to the screen. The figure raised its hand and waved. I radioed Luis, the floor tech. "Hey, you in Sector C?" Static. Then his voice. "I'm in C," he said. "There's no hallway like that." At 12:10 a.m., the time clock system rebooted. Employee names flickered on the monitor. Current shift, former employees, then names I didn't recognize, all marked clocked in. I checked the break room, empty, vending machines humming, microwave clock blinking 12 o'clock. No matter how long I watched, it never changed. The footsteps started around 1 a.m., slow, measured, not echoing, like they were absorbed by the walls. They passed the control room, stopped, waited. I locked the door. The handle turned once, gently, respectfully, then released. Camera 7 activated on its own. It showed the locker room, rows of lockers, all open. Inside each one, a uniform, mine included, already hung, already tagged. The radio crackled. A voice spoke. Not Luis, not anyone I knew. "Please remain at your station. The night shift requires consistency." I checked the employee manual. A section I hadn't read before was highlighted. Night operations policy. Employees who leave their post before shift completion may be reassigned to permanent coverage. At 2:37 a.m., the time clock switched again. The hallway was closer now. The figure stood nearer, its face still unclear, but the uniform was right. Warehouse logo, name patch, my name. I whispered, "That's not me." The camera microphone responded, "You will be." Luis finally answered the radio. His voice was shaking. "Man, I think I'm lost." "What do you mean?" I asked. "I found a door," he said. "It wasn't here before." Behind him, something moved. The radio went dead. At 3:15 a.m., the time clock beeped. A new entry. Me, clocked in. I was already here. I hadn't moved. The control room lights dimmed. Emergency lighting engaged. The screens brightened. Every camera showed the same hallway now. Longer, closer. The figure walking, each step perfectly in sync with my breathing. The door behind me unlocked by itself. Footsteps entered, stopped right behind my chair. The voice spoke again. Close, warm. "Thank you for covering the shift. You're doing great." I ran, down aisles that felt unfamiliar, past machines that hummed louder, like encouragement. I reached an exit door. The badge reader flashed green. The door opened. Daylight, cars in the lot, normal sounds, normal air. I didn't go back. I quit by email, changed numbers, moved apartments. But sometimes, when I'm awake at night, I check the time, and it's 2:37 a.m. My phone screen flickers, just for a second. A notification appears. Shift status, active. The logbook was already filled with tomorrow. I worked the night shift at a 24-hour water treatment plant. It wasn't scary work, just quiet. The kind of place where machines do most of the thinking, and humans are only there to notice when something goes wrong. From 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., my job was to log readings. Pressure, flow rate, temperature. Every 30 minutes, every night. The logbook was old. Paper, spiral bound, kept in a drawer that stuck if you pulled too fast. I liked that. Paper felt honest. At 11:30 p.m., I opened the logbook. The page for tonight was already filled. My handwriting. Neat. Accurate. Including a note I hadn't written yet. Unusual vibration near pump 4. Monitor closely. I stared at it for a long time. Then I checked pump 4. It was vibrating. I laughed it off. Muscle memory. Autopilot. Long weeks. I flipped the page. The next entry was there too. 12 a.m. All systems nominal. Do not leave the control room. I checked the cameras. Empty corridors. Concrete floors. Wet reflections from overhead lights. Nothing wrong. At 12:30, the intercom clicked. No announcement. Just breathing. Slow, measured, like someone waiting for permission to speak. "Hello?" I said. The breathing stopped. The intercoms shut off. I wrote in the logbook, 12:30, intercom interference, source unknown. The pen moved smoother than usual, like it knew where it was going. At 1 a.m., the vibration alarm triggered. Pump 4, exactly as written. I didn't move. I watched the cameras instead. On camera 6, something new appeared. A man standing near pump 4. Hard hat, reflective vest, night shift uniform. My uniform. I zoomed in. The man looked down at the pump, then up at the camera, and nodded, like he was checking off a task. I checked the logbook. 1 a.m. Inspection complete. Continue logging. My hands were shaking. I hadn't left the chair. At 1:30, the overhead lights dimmed. Emergency lights flicked on. The plant hummed louder. Not alarmed. Busy. Footsteps echoed outside the control room. Slow. Careful. Like whoever it was knew the floor plan perfectly. They stopped at the door. Didn't knock. The logbook page turned on its own. The next line was already written. 1:45. He is outside now. Stay seated. The door handle moved. Once. Just enough to let me know it worked. Then it stopped. The intercom clicked again. This time, a voice spoke. It was calm, professional. Night operations require overlap. One version monitors, one version maintains. I whispered, "Overlap with what?" The logbook answered, "With yourself." At 2 a.m., camera 6 went dark. Camera 5 picked up movement, then 4, then 3. The man was walking towards the control room, getting closer, always staying just out of frame. The logbook grew heavier in my hands. The pages thickened. More entries appeared. Future ones. Detailed. Precise. 3 a.m. You will feel tired. This is normal. 3:30 a.m. You will forget when you sat down. 4 a.m. The shift will feel longer. I checked the clock. It still read 2:58 a.m. A chair scraped behind me, softly, like someone pulling it back into place.
I didn't turn around. I couldn't. The voice returned, closer now. "Thank you for your consistency. The plant runs smoother when nothing changes." I felt breath near my ear, warm, familiar. At 5:59 a.m., the logbook's final line appeared. "End of shift confirmed. You may leave. The other you will remain." The lights returned to normal. The hum softened. Morning birds filtered in through distant vents. I stood up. My legs worked. The door opened easily. Outside, the sky was gray-blue. Real. I never came back. I quit. Burned the uniform. Threw away every pen like the one I'd used that night. But sometimes, when I can't sleep, I picture the control room. Quiet. Lit. And someone just like me, carefully writing the next entry. Waiting for overlap.
The hospital knew my name before I clocked in. I worked nights as a hospital transporter. Not a nurse, not a doctor. I moved patients, equipment, and bodies. Mostly bodies. From 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., the hospital softened. Lights dimmed. Voices lowered. Rules relaxed. The building felt older at night, like it remembered more. On my first shift, security handed me a badge. It already had my name printed on it. Correct spelling, correct photo, taken from an angle I didn't remember posing for. My supervisor, Mark, gave me a clipboard. "Stick to the list," he said. "Don't improvise." I asked him what he meant. He smiled like I'd asked a stupid question. "You'll see," he said. The first few hours were normal. Room to imaging, imaging to recovery, supply run to the 3rd floor. No issues, no surprises. At 1:14 a.m., my pager vibrated. Transport request. Location: basement, lower morgue. I hadn't heard of a lower morgue. There was just the morgue. I called dispatch. No answer. The pager buzzed again. "Do not delay." The elevator ride down felt longer than it should have. Basement. B2. B3. Then a soft chime. B4. The doors opened. The hallway was narrow. White tiles. Flickering fluorescent lights. No signage. No sound. Just a gurney waiting in the center of the hall, already prepared. Sheet pulled neatly over a shape. A tag hung from the toe. No name. Just a time. 1:20 a.m. 4 minutes from now. I checked my clipboard. A new line had appeared. B4. Transport complete. No interaction necessary. My handwriting. Again. I hesitated. The lights buzzed louder, like impatience. I grabbed the gurney. The wheels rolled smoothly. Too smoothly. Like they wanted to go. As I pushed, the sheet shifted slightly. Not enough to reveal anything. Just enough to show. The chest rising, then falling. I stopped. The pager vibrated. Continue. The hallway bent. Turned once. Then again. Doors appeared on both sides, all labeled with room numbers that didn't match hospital format. No letters, just numbers. Too many digits. I passed a door that was ajar. Inside was a patient room. Empty bed. Monitors on. Vitals displayed. Stable. The name on the screen was mine. My mouth went dry. I pushed faster. The gurney felt heavier now. The breathing under the sheet synced with my steps. At the end of the hall was a double door. Unmarked. Unlocked. Inside was the morgue, but not the one I knew. This one was larger, colder. Rows of metal drawers lining the walls. every single one pulled out slightly, like they'd been checked recently. A man stood near the far wall, back turned, lab coat, no badge. He spoke without turning around. "You're late," he said. "I just got the request," I replied. He nodded. "That's what it always says." He gestured to an empty slot. "Third row, middle. Place it there." I parked the gurney. My hands shook as I reached for the sheet. I didn't want to see the face. I didn't want confirmation. The man spoke again. "You don't have to look," he said. "You already know." The pager vibrated one last time. "Transport confirmed. Thank you for your service." The breathing stopped. When I turned back, the man was gone. The drawer slid shut by itself, metal clicking softly. Satisfied. The lights brightened. The temperature rose slightly. The room felt less focused. I rushed back to the elevator, pressed the button repeatedly. When the doors opened, the display read, B3, relief. The rest of the shift passed in a blur. No more basement requests. No strange pages. At 7:02 a.m., I clocked out. The machine beeped. Accepted. As I walked out, I passed the day shift transporter. He nodded at me. "Busy night?" he asked. I hesitated. "Do we have a lower morgue?" I asked. He frowned. "No," he said. "Why?" I showed him my clipboard. The page was blank. No before, no transport. Just my signature at the bottom, dated yesterday. I quit that afternoon. Didn't explain, didn't go back. But sometimes, late at night, my phone buzzes. No number, no caller ID, just a notification. Transport request, location pending. And somewhere beneath the hospital, the drawer waits. Already labeled, already full.